Hello everybody, welcome back to the next part of our playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club. I am Force of Will, and I will go ahead and tell you where we are right now. So we've gotten 6 of the CGs, we've gotten 2 Sayori, 3, sorry, we actually we got 6. So it's 2 Sayori, 3 Natsuki, 1 Yuri. So far. We're about to get the next and the final Sayori one for this. And then we will move into Act 2, where we will get both Yuri's, and then to Act 3, where we will get Monica's for that. But, again, fair warning for what's about to come up. We probably have about 20 minutes worth of dialogue, depending on how quickly I speak for this, and then we will get into probably the most shocking and disturbing part of this game. I will put up a content warning when it does occur for that. So again, if you're easily disturbed, have issues being treated for depression, anxiety, this is probably not going to be the part you want to see for this. So just be aware, it's coming for that. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and blow this up to the big screen, and we'll continue the next part. So in this one, Yuri has just left from spending Sunday with us and us doing some stuff to get ready, and now Sayori has come over and sort of intervened a little bit. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come over here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri. Oh, great, you got to see us licking each other's fingers. Great. I'm sure that helped out a load. And how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Fochus? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Fochus. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. Something I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But... Sayori looks away. Put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Fochus. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Fochus, I like you so much I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. You remember how I said I always know what's best for you? You still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give to you. Hint. So this is the part that I said this is probably the worst thing you could do in this situation. And I'm going to probably pick the worst option because story reasons. But, yeah, if someone's really depressed, that's probably not the time to express your feelings towards them, even part of the reason why they're depressed is their feelings for you, for that. So just a FYI, if you ever run into the situation in real life, please don't confess your feelings to someone who's depressed, because that's just going to make them feel worse at that point, or make them feel better in the short term and make them feel worse in the long run for this. But that being said, yeah, I love you. I love you. Eh? Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you can like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, Help me realize that you're truly the most important person to me. That's why I accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. Focus. And there's the CG. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me. Focus, is this really okay? Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. I love you, Focus. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit. Oh, what is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I've always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now? Why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, Focus. It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now. Okay. I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know. I want everything to be the same as it's always been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I can handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, Focus. Sayori gazed at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying this is making you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. I felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you loved me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her, and she loves me. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me. And I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. Okay. We're almost there. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's just a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently roll it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monika, I'm sure the event will be great too. Focus, you're the first one here? Thank you for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monika is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones prepared that they have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monika would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You think on days like this, this important, she'd try a little harder. Jesus, MC's an asshole for that too. Because suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful knowing it's not really that simple for her. I only said it because of the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Focus. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know. Exchange? Monika, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Monika's being as friendly as usual. For some reason, I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this would definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. Flip through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. But what's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Get out of my head. 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 Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. And with that, I think this is a good time to throw up. Content warning. So just be prepared because it's going to happen really quickly now for this. So, what is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Focus? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from anything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I've changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori. So, well, all right. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. Quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they've always been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give to her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Sayo? Yep. Yep, that just happened. Yep. And now the game is going to get really weird. Game script. Okay, so actually, I intentionally did this because I wanted to look at this. So, game script, chapter 5, RPY. So, I actually opened up the game files because I want to go in there and actually see what this says because I've never actually done this before. Oh no! Don't tell me I did. Oh no. Hold on one second. Be back in. Let's see. For some reason, my whole thing just went weird. Did my whole computer just crash, or did my... my memory card just... or did my... Okay. All right. Oh, here we go. Okay, so game... scripts RPA. Holy shit. All threshing to escape the futile hold past, seeping through every little crevice they could find into the willpower, staring them all with motivation. This said line 30 something? 500 something? I'm looking for it. Yeah, whatever here is broken as hell. I don't know where I'm supposed to go to find it. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Alright. Damn it. I was hoping to find the file because there's something really haunting in here, but I don't know where line 500 or whatever is. But as you can see, everything is really broken. Okay. Alright. Well, I wish I tried. Alright. Let's get back into the game. Alright. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Oh, sorry. Gotta go back to this. Sorry. Missing content warning there for a moment. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best, that everything will be okay. That's why... Why would she do this? How can I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her. I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it was for others to care about her. Why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarmy thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, remained friends with her like it's always been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I could reset and try something different. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still can't do what she needed for me. And now, I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. It says end. It does not end yet. And now clearly something is going on because now Sayori has been replaced by this. So, well, you know what? They said we can't load a game, but this is a game. Let's try to load it and see what happens. Error, the file is missing or corrupt. The save file is corrupt. Starting a new game. Here we go. I see an annoying girl running toward me in the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. So as you can see here, any mention of Sayori has been completely eradicated at this point. I'm going to turn off the content warning. We'll get it to again in the future, but we don't need it yet. That girl is you know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to go to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently. I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Or just sigh and idle up in front of the crosswalk and let Rihanna catch up to me. Oh, clearly something's broken here. Oh, and let's reset it. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friends groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. So you see, now my story has automatically changed already based on this. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there'll be any girls in it anyway. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before you know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Foches? Oh, ooh. Monica! Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for, anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. You know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you can check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I might rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She's always insisted that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member is a member, right? Did Monica just say she? Hey, Foches? By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance that you can do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me feel really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome! You're really sweet, Foches. You know that? It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I typically follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, but generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Eh? A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Foches. All words escape me in this situation. The club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? Oh, what? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose apparently the name is Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Foches in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you not to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget, but it just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Foches? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all that effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not it. Instead, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Fortress, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up a little bit. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Yes. Yeah, pat yourself on the back, Team Salvato. Yes, that's the way to do it, yes. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Anyway, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At the rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? Well, you left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truth form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Well, I'll sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Huh? Natsuki and Yuri looks quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we'll meet, we'll share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president, after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Don't you agree as well, Fortress? Hold on, there's still one problem here. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm so sorry, I thought, Girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Fochus. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided that. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Fochus? Yeah? It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed. Fochus, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Fochus, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress this class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. Alright, with that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica. Well, I'd really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, well, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright, so... Oh yeah, I unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yes. What is it? Oh my gosh! Oh fuck! That's the first. Sorry. This. So, okay. So something about Act 2. Let's just get this off screen, please. That's disturbing. So something for Act 2. There are a bunch of jump scares or weird things that happen, but everything is randomized. So you don't see everything every single playthrough. That's the first time I saw that one, and yeah, that is disturbing as fuck. I didn't think anything would still disturb me in this game after I've played through it at least once. But yeah, that's oof. Yeah, that was haunting. That's the first time I've seen that one. Okay, so we still have the poem game that we have to play along with. So with the poems for this, so there's a few ways you can do it. And actually, well, there's actually 1 or 2 ways you can do it. Either A, you write both poems for Natsuki. Now you'll get a repeat of the Natsuki CG with some additional added context to it for that. But your second and third day in Act 2 is already preset to Yuri. Yuri is going to be the person you'll be spending the day with those. However, if you do Natsuki twice, you get a special jump scare scene for that. If you do Yuri all 3 times, you get a special jump scare scene with that too for that. So this is actually a even decision for me because I'm gonna put it for here just a moment while I grab my coin from the other day. That's my coin. Damn it. Oh, there it is. That's it. Okay. So I'm really fine with going fighting. So, all right. Back to the full screen. Okay, so coin, heads, tails. Heads, we will go the Yuri route and do 3 poems for Yuri and during this time frame. Tails, since we've already done that, we'll go the Natsuki route. All right, I'm just gonna flip this. It is. That appears to be heads if I'm looking at that correctly. Nope, that was actually tails. So we're gonna go the Natsuki route for this. So, all right, so we will make the poems for Natsuki for this time. So the good news is we're only 2 people. Now there are some of the words that used to be Sayori's have gotten switched between, split between Natsuki and Yuri. But as the same general rule applies. If it's dark, it's probably Yuri. If it's more colorful, bubble, like things like Cheer. Yeah, that's Natsuki route. Giggle. Smile. Boop. Fluffy. Play. Kitty. Anime, of course. It's hers. Hop. Kawaii. Joy. Oh, Joy is. Oh, wow. Joy is actually hers. Okay, that was the new one. Cute. Jump. Sing. Precious. Laugh. Jumpy. Bliss. And puppy. And Papa. Okay, so alright, so we made our selections here. So hi again, Fochus. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. It was the last to come in, and everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping. Whoa, the face is messed up there. Thanks for keeping your promise, Fochus. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. There we go, that's one thing. Natsuki, certainly you have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room, so you notice Monica now can hop in front of the text. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Fochus. We'll make sure to purchase your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointing glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. Oh no, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, then I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in... Oh, the room did tilt. Okay, I was like... It felt like... I thought the room was tilting, but I was like... Is the room tilting, or am I just looking at it weird? But yeah, I just saw it snap back to regular, so yes. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Fucking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection here if someone else is gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga's one of those things where you can't really fully admit you're into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How do you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What is that supposed to mean? I see. There's a long volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or something terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. He points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Fochus. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature code. Don't judge a book by don't judge a book. In fact, he pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'll show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. Ah, and stare at the cover. Features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Mo. Don't just stand there. What? Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Would chairs be more comfortable? Take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read it at the same time like that. Well, what's that? Guess it'll be easier to be together like this. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? How long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the order volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can't talk at the same time. Feels like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince one of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Oh, sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, hey, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. Yeah, so that's the first sign that Natsuki's home situation is not great. She mentioned in the weekend scene about, it's very rare for her dad to cook for her anyway. And so now we got a second thing that kind of seems like Natsuki's being physically, emotionally, maybe even nutritionally abused at home for this. But yeah, we'll uncover more things in the Act 2 section. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Mike is kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So... Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. It's like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki? Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! The game code is going crazy. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give it away. She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Foches. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? Alright, let's start with Natsuki first, since we got her. She was interested in her poems yesterday, so it's probably only fair if I start to share with her. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Let's read through my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. And then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. I don't know why. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You weren't supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Nestie's retort gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go around announcing to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I said that mostly to myself. Husky must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because mine will make me do it if I don't. And we already see this one. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, wolves can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Because high school thinks writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. People don't even try to take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for you to express them? But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple words is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, who's next? Let's go with Yuri next. Yuri stares at the poem. Minute passes more than enough for time for her to finish reading. Sorry. We're gonna start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Alright, yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad? No? Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it shows that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. I haven't been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize is new writers that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and then form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes, her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take some time, but it'll all come together with practice, and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. Not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. You mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as this is a rare opportunity for her. But it's always kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost Under the Light. So yeah, this is the same one as before. There's nothing new here for that. So yeah, it's a good one. So I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? No, I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. I'm just not used to reading a script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. Yeah, that's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. No, not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since this is our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost Yuri? Huh? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Fochus. Really? I'm must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you only did glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their own work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of her past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought about that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I have to keep trying. Counting on you. Only one more. Let's go to Monica. Hey, Fochus. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're doing everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring those things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. It's much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Fochus. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. Excuse me. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Fochus. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, geez. No. It kind of makes me think of something that Natsuki would write. She's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. But sometimes she just loses all her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls, too, you know. Sorry, just trying to look on the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. My burned eyes could no longer see color. Are 3 others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of fanatics scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. He's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So yes, Monica's poem in the first day of Act 2 is different, and so it's still kind of talking about the same thing, but it's just worded slightly differently. So what do you think? Well, it's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. As a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performing out loud, it can be really powerful. What's the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I've had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. It's kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your hand in the same spot for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright. Whew. I guess that's everyone. Let's around the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated, since everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing skills. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. The audio is starting to get weird. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Of course, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They generally exchange sheets of paper with their sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrow furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Yeah? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You may have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really didn't need, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would ask someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it. And Photius did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Photius liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Photius appreciated my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Photius started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you want to be edgy, bitch. Edgy? Sorry, that's my lifestyle. It's too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Ooh, be careful or you might cut yourself with that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Photius hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns to me as if she knows I was standing there. Photius, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I get dragged into it? Natsuki. Yuri. Natsuki. Yuri. Natsuki. Yuri. Natsuki. Yuri. Natsuki. Ah! Monica! Hey, Monica. Hey, Photius. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? That was a huge hint about what's going on, too, by the way. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to just stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, this makes you want to spend less time with the others, and that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth on the desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Photius, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much chance to discuss my book with Photius. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. Sigh. Alright, I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. But I really appreciate you understanding. Boop. And there we go. Alright, so we're going to save right here. And so we'll do that for this part. So thank you for joining me for this part of Doki Doki Literature Club. I am Forcible. You can find me on Twitch and on YouTube at Forcible Play. You can also find all my socials via the link tree there. But until next time, goodbye, everybody.